Jadav is back at it here to give everyone another Game of Thrones Season 3 episode review video. But before I continue with that, pretty important, especially for this episode, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Game of Thrones, or you're just not entirely sure, then you should probably take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which of course I will say and I will put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation, especially for this episode, that you don't watch this video any further, just to stay away from spoilers. And there will be major spoilers. This will be Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode number 9. The title of this episode is called The Reigns of Castamere. This will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode again. The Hound is traveling to the Twins with Arya Stark, and on the way there, the Hound steals a cart of food from this guy where the cart had actually broken down on the way there. And the Hound is about to kill this guy, and Arya pleads with the Hound not to kill him. And then the guy starts waking up and coming to, so Arya knocks the guy out after the Hound unsuccessfully knocked him out. And they still take the cart, but the Hound does not kill the guy. So that's good. The Hound he's not as bad as people think. Now, Bran and his group take shelter in an abandoned mill of sorts, and they see an old horse breeder captured by Jon's wildling group from high above. Now, Hodor apparently is scared of thunderstorms, and he starts yelling, "Hodor! Hodor! Hodor! Hodor!" which would threaten to give away their location, as the wildling people are right down below where they are. Now, Bran accidentally uses the war abilities to enter Hodor's mind and knocks him out. Now, Orell tells Jon to kill the old man, the old horse breeder man, to prove his loyalty to the wildlings. But when he hesitates, Ygritte kills the old man, and Tormund realizes that Jon is not loyal to the wildlings and orders his men to kill Jon. Now, Bran enters Summers, the direwolf's mind, and helps Jon to defeat Tormund's men and Orell. Now, Jon escapes, leaving behind a saddened Ygritte with dangers ahead. Bran actually asks Osha and Rickon to leave for the last hearth, as Bran is traveling north of the wall to see the three-eyed raven. It's a very dangerous mission, and they want him, Rickon and Osha, to go to the home of the Umber family. And then Daario Naharis, Jorah, and Grey Worm enter the city and fight some slave guards. The other slaves refuse to fight, and Daenerys is now in control of the whole city. And then the big focus of this episode is the Stark army arrives at the Twins. Robb apologizes to Walder Frey and his daughters for not keeping his promise, marriage. And then it is revealed that Edmure is going to marry one of the Frey girls. And it turns out to be Rosalind, who's actually really hot. And Edmure, who is all down about this arrangement, is all of a sudden really happy and giddy and everything about this particular thing. So Edmure does marry Rosalind, and Frey calls for the wedding ceremony, and the couple are taken away. And then Talisa tells Robb that she wants to name their son Eddard after Ned Stark. And then a Lannister song, The Reigns of Castamere, the title of the episode, begins to play, and then somebody locked the doors. Now, before all this happens, a minor detail, the Blackfish, who is Catelyn Catelyn's uncle, leaves to go take a piss, and we don't see him after that. So I just thought I'd point that out. But since The Reigns of Castamere begins to play, Catelyn realizes that they have been betrayed by Roose Bolton, as she sees armor under his dressings. And the Frey's attack leading to many Northerners dying, and a lot of people that were on the Stark side dying. As this is going on, Arya and the Hound do arrive at the Twins, and despite being turned away by the guards, Arya does sneak in, and she witnesses the killing of many Stark soldiers and Robb's direwolf Greywind before being recaptured by the Hound. Like, it's too late, girl. Captured meaning he knocks her out to save her from her dying as well. And then Rob, with arrows sticking out of him, goes over to Lisa's body as she dies. And Catelyn pleads with Walder Frey to let Rob live, let him go, and, this will be over with. But Walder Frey's, why should I do that? You broke an oath that you swore to me. And he doesn't really give a shit. And then Roose Bolton goes over to Robb Stark and stabs him and then says the Lannisters send their regards. And then Catelyn threatens to kill Walder Frey's wife, and he seems not to care. He's just like, I'll find another. And then Catelyn does kill Frey's wife, and someone kills Catelyn by slitting her throat. And that's how this crazy episode ends. So, wow, this episode was hard to watch. I mean, I've seen it probably 4 times now and seen lots of reaction videos for this particular episode, but it's, it actually gets better each time I watch it, and it really was good this time around. It's definitely one of my favorite episodes of Game of Thrones by far. It's definitely in the top 5, and I'll probably do a updated top episodes of Game of Thrones after I finish my reviews of the entire series again, just to see if anything changed, and this may change. I don't remember where it was last time, but it was definitely high. But what an episode. You think that the Starks are going to, Ned Stark is beheaded in season 1, and you think Robb is going to be successful in, being a main character for his father, and nope, you're dead. Catelyn, dead. Talisa, dead. Her unborn child, dead. They're all dead. In this particular episode, the direwolf is dead. A lot of the army is dead. Well, almost all the army. The Blackfish we're not sure where he went, but he went to go pee. And then, of course, Edmure is with Rosalind, so he's safe for now. But what a crazy episode of Game of Thrones. Now, as far as the character of the episode goes, I mean, I don't really know who to give it to. Do I want to give it to one of the people that died? Do I want to give it to Walder Frey for being the mastermind? Or, well, one of the masterminds. We find out who the mastermind really is of this. But I'm actually going to give it to Bran Stark because, he took over Hodor's body. He warped into Hodor after Hodor was freaking out. He tells Osha and Rickon that they need to go because he's going to he's going to go to somewhere important, and he can just go with Mira and Jojen. So Bran is the character of the episode at the moment, although it could be Robb, it could be Catelyn, it could be Walder Frey, it could be the Hound, it could be Arya. What a sad thing. Arya sees her father beheaded, and then she sees the aftermath of all the Stark soldiers being killed and the direwolf being shot by the arrows, and it's pretty crazy episode. Honestly, I didn't even know who to give the character of the episode to. So my score of this episode, what else would it be? 10 out of 10. I think this is the first 10 I've given a Game of Thrones episode since this new rewatch. I could be wrong on that, but it was pretty amazing. So you've heard all I have to say. Now, of course, it's your turn to sound off. So first, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, which by watching this video I assume you are, make sure you smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in hearing this review, make sure you share the video with them. Like I mentioned, sound off in the comment section about your thoughts on this episode. I know you remember this episode. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me your character of the episode. Tell me your score of the episode. Any issues you have with the episode. I think it's very shocking. Even the first time I watched it, I mean, I had heard of the Red Wedding, but in my first watching of Game of Thrones, I was looking for an episode called The Red Wedding, and I never found an episode called The Red Wedding. So The Reigns of Castamere, granted there's a wedding in it, I didn't think it was actually the episode that everybody would talk about. So, and of course, we want to grow this channel, or I want to grow this channel. So last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, please. Show your damn support, be a part of something special, and JDev will return.